Now to the border and the unfolding humanitarian situation there. A change underneath the international bridge today. Our Steve Spriester joins us live from Del Rio. He's been there all day long. Steve, most of the 15,000 to 16,000 migrants have been removed from the bridge area. Obviously, a lot of unanswered questions still tonight.
Absolutely, Jaffney. And as you can tell behind me, the international bridge from Del Rio to Acuna remains closed at this hour. They are letting no traffic over it. And that is of concern because this is a vital entry point for both the United States and Mexico. A lot of commerce and a lot of workers go back and forth over this bridge. But you mentioned the migrant situation off the top of this segment, and there were migrants that were clearing out just across the border there were migrants that were taken from underneath this bridge, a makeshift campsite where many of them have spent the last week and a half, has been cleaned up. There are still questions about where they were taken, though. A group of Haitian Americans arrived here to Del Rio to help and in some cases legally represent these migrants, and neither they or their loved ones know where they are tonight. Meanwhile, as we're on one side of the bridge just across the border in the city of Acuna, there are several campsites where Haitian migrants are taking refuge. The images are different from the cramped campsites we saw under the bridge in Del Rio earlier this week. The tarps and tents are set up in Acuna in a brushy area. The Red Cross on site to try and offer some help for those in need. We've also seen camps pop up in Reynosa, just across the border from McAllen. Today, Mexico's president saying he doesn't want Mexico to be a migrant camp and wants to fully address the situation. Earlier this week, Mexico's government began flying Haitians who were seeking asylum to a detention center near the Guatemalan border. So what has this last week and a half been like for the people who call Del Rio home? It's a question that I asked some of the people who live here, and the answers were sometimes emotional. A Border Patrol van ride from under the bridge to a Del Rio welcome. The VERDE Border Humanitarian Coalition setting up a makeshift shelter, a place of refuge before these mostly Haitian migrants leave this border town on buses. Is there an overwhelming message that you're hearing from these people that you're seeing this week?
They're eager to reach their final destination. They're eager to be with their families and reunite with loved ones. And they're eager to start their new life in a country that's safe. From feeding and housing law enforcement to feeding and collecting diapers for the mostly Haitian migrants, restaurants, the medical community, churches stepping up.
What I hope has been learned is that we can, as I think we did this week, set aside the political battles and just take care of people.
What have you learned about your community?
They're unreal. Yeah. Unreal. The amount of help for anybody, it don't matter.
Putting politics aside to help people, Valverde County Judge Lewis Owens is not a fan of the current administration's immigration and border policies. But he knows 11 babies were born in his county in the last week and a half to migrant mothers. One was born right under the international bridge. People needed help, and Del Rio responded. He's hoping it's how they'll be remembered.
This is the America that we are, not all this other stuff that's portrayed 90% of the time. This is who we are. That's what I've learned. And it's that simple. It really is. I mean, you have people from both sides of the fence and really, really vocal on both sides of the fence. They're all willing to help.
By the way, we saw about 30 Border Patrol vehicles actually leave the bridge area behind us about an hour ago. Some DPS troopers have also gone home, but there is still very much a law enforcement presence along the border and in the city of Del Rio. And there is still a lot of questions. How did so many people get so far in such a short time and end up at one place, Acuna, to cross into Del Rio? But those questions are for later. For right now, the people here in Del Rio that I talked to are hoping that this bridge reopens, and they're hoping for normalcy. In Del Rio, Steve Spriester, KSAT 12 News.